Hey guys, welcome to Drop Time, the self-proclaimed number one podcast that covers the latest sneaker releases. We're your hosts with the most.
This is Jamal.
This is Luis. Make sure to check us out on Twitter at droptime_, and also on Instagram at _droptime. Today is October 20th, and we're going to give you a quick rundown of what's coming out this week. On Monday the 19th, we had the Kith BMW M3 Die Cast come out. On Tuesday 20th, we have nothing coming out. On Wednesday the 21st, we have the Nike Adapt BB 2.0 Mag. On Thursday the 22nd, we have Supreme Week 9. We also have the Adidas UltraBoost 1.0 in both the olive and burgundy colorways. On Friday, we have the Nike ISPA Road Warrior Clear Jade. Additionally, we also have the Salehe Bembury New Balance 2002 R PSP The Journey collab. We also have the Air Jordan 12 Retro in the black Concord colorway. And on Saturday the 24th, we have the Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2 in the natural colorway. But before we talk about this week, let's get a quick recap of what happened last week. Go for it, Jamal.
So on Sunday, like usual, nothing was happening. Monday, just another Kith Monday program. Tuesday, like usual, the 13th, we had nothing. And then on Wednesday, that's when things got interesting. So we saw the women's Air Jordan 1 High OG in the Lucky Green colorway. This was not an easy one to cop. So I'm pretty surprised at what resale is sitting at. So these retailed like any other Jordan 1 at 170. Resale is sitting about 220 to 275 depending on the size that you got. I'm surprised. I thought these were going to sit above 300, but I don't know. I think over time they'll go up to above 300, but yeah, it definitely was not an easy cop. Did you end up going for these, Luis?
Yeah, I did up going for them, but unfortunately I took an L on every single website.
Yeah, it was like, even on any foot site, it was nearly impossible. I don't know. I feel like Finish Line and JD Sports have turned into what Shoe Palace used to be, where you might get lucky and be able to try to cop manually, but you pretty much have no chance like Shoe Palace used to be. I honestly...
It's gotten ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, like at this point, what do you think? They should switch to Shopify?
If they switch to Shopify, then all the sneaker botters are gonna eat, because right now Shoe Palace is basically a botter's dream.
I don't know. No, I don't know about dream. Because you have to consider the amount of stock that Shoe Palace has, and then the amount of stock that Finish Line and JD Sports would have if they went to Shopify. It's possible manual. I mean, I've personally copped manually on Shoe Palace when they switched to Shopify.
Well, I don't know about you, but I haven't copped manual at all on Shoe Palace. But then again, I have copped on, I guess I can say, on like Shop Nice Kicks, which has like a similar setup. So I guess
it's the exact same company. So
yeah. So it would be possible to cop, but at the end of the day, let's see what these sneaker retailers are thinking about, man, because we can only talk about it, but it's like there's only so much you can do. Opinions will not change anything.
Supreme Week 8. Honestly, I didn't go for this. What was there? So there was some teas that dropped. I don't even remember what dropped. I have to take a look because I don't even remember what dropped on the 15th. So there was a gas can.
That's how the only thing that resold was the gas can. So let's just talk about the gas can and let's just move on from that.
Wait, so not even the reversible fleece resold?
No, it bricked.
Seriously? Wait, didn't you go for those?
Okay, so I was set up and everything. I was set up and everything to cop, and then I look at like resell in the EU, and then I'm like, this is not really looking like what I thought it was gonna be, because like that's okay. So I really like the design of the fleece and everything, but I can't really see it going with like my wardrobe currently. And then I was like, okay, like I guess like I can probably resell it, but I saw the price and then I saw what it's reselling for, which wasn't pretty much above from retail. So I was like, nah, like I'm definitely gonna pass on this. But the only thing important from like last week that kind of made like an impression on everybody was like the gas can. But
seriously,
but even then, like that's not really flipping for much. So like, I guess let's just end it Supreme there. So also on Thursday we had the Nike Kobe 5 Pro Trail 5 rings. As always, it's pretty difficult to cop, really hard to cop, pretty limited. Retail was $180, resale $250 to $300 depending on the size. Did you go for these, Jamal?
I went for them, but no, I I don't even know. Ever since they brought back Kobe's, I've tried to go for a pair because I want to have a pair as like memorabilia type thing.
Yeah,
I've
it's
yet to be
definitely a
able
piece
to
of
cop
history.
one. Yeah, but I've yet
Yeah.
to be. They like. I appreciate Nike bringing them back. I'm not sure if I appreciate them bringing back in this way where they're making them so limited to the point that people can't get them. I don't know if
Mm.
that's I don't know if that's really doing the community good in any sense that you bring them back, you have them at like what 6 stores, and it's pretty much impossible to get. I don't see the vision of the point of them bringing them back if they're gonna do it this way.
But you know what else was impossible to get?
Yeah.
The women's release on Thursday. So they also had the women's Air Jordan 1 High Zoom Sisterhood. That was pretty much impossible to get. It was really hard to get.
Oh, beyond impossible. I mean, a lot of
Yeah,
places
so
had them, but yeah, they went very very quick.
yeah, so retail was 150, resale 180 to 250 depending on the size. Though 250 is pretty good for a mid. I mean for a high
No,
zoom.
no, that's for the high, and also it had a
Yeah,
cheap
yeah,
retail. 150 for a
yeah,
high, very cheap.
yeah, pretty cheap. And speaking about mid, there was also the women's Air Jordan 1 mid Sisterhood, retail 125, resale 160 to 190. Same thing as the regular zoom, uh, party get and everything and whatnot. So this women's Air Jordan 1, I guess you can say release, Sisterhood release, was pretty hard to get and very coveted amongst collectors. So
I
good luck to
honestly see
everybody.
the mids going up over time.
No, yeah, definitely. Yeah, mids right now are really changing the market. I have a lot of friends who just buy like a bunch of mids and they ship them to Asia. So there's definitely a resale right there if you guys want to get on the loop. But that's pretty much it for me on my end. So did anything come out, Jamal, on Thursday,
Yeah,
or was that pretty much it?
so the last thing that we saw on Thursday was the limited edition by SBTG by New Balance 327 in the Urban Islander colorway. So this was an exclusive to limited edition. It's a store out in Singapore. The tough part about that is retail is a bit high when you're doing the conversions to the Singapore dollar to the US dollar, and then also shipping. I think it ended up being like $30, $40, something around there. So it was a fairly expensive shoe shipped. I think it ended up being like $160 or $70. Last I checked, it was a bit ago, so the prices might be different. But last I checked, they were selling for around like 200. So it's a good personal that at least you don't have to pay above retail for it. You can just get them. And we covered this. We had you when they dropped. It was a pretty easy cop manually. So I mean, if you liked them, congrats if you copped, because at least you saved some money to try and pay resale. But yeah, resale wasn't the highest on these. I think it's sitting like probably your payout is going to be retail, but that's about it. I mean, if this was in the US, if this was released in the US at a normal retail price of the $100 that they usually are, by all means, this would have been a cop and you'd be making a lot of money. But yeah, that's a bit all to say about those. But then on Friday the 16th, we saw the US release of the Union Air Jordan collection. So we saw the Zoom 92s, we saw the Delta mids, we saw the Jordan 4 off Noor, and we also saw the apparel release. So it was a pretty big day that day. There was a lot of drops, a lot to cover, a lot of chances. Most stores ended up releasing the Jordan 4s. Not many, if any, other than sneakers, had the Zoom 92s and the Delta mids. So those were definitely a much harder cop to get. But yeah, the Jordan 4s weren't any easier. I can't say that was much of an easier cop, even though they were at many other places. But also the apparel dropped, which was very nice, because apparel, the hoodies, the pants, the tees, and I think that's the main things. Those are especially doing very well, especially in that pink color. But did you go for any of this stuff, Luis?
I did, and I took on everything, on every single thing. The sneakers
I
kept
swear
kicking me off.
it's ridiculous. Wait, kept
It kept
kicking you
kicking me
off.
off. So like no, well, I guess okay. So I entered and everything, and then it would say some like entry submitted, and then it'd be like, oh, size out of stock, and then I pick another size and size out of stock. I kept doing it a bunch of times, and I know people who got multiples because they had like multiple phones and had bots and everything.
Seriously?
Yeah. Well, my friends in the EU, They got hella pairs. They got so many pairs, man. But hey, at the end of the day, it is what it is, man.
It is,
But
yeah, it was the same. I entered for every single piece of apparel and all the shoes, and nothing. Not even one thing. Sneakers is a
hey,
confusing
man,
app. I don't understand it.
we are real collectors, not resellers, man. We're actually trying to wear this stuff. I'm just playing.
I know. I'm not. No, I'm not trying. This going straight online for sale. I'm not trying to wear this stuff. I'm not out here trying to wear a $500 shoe. I'd rather somebody else wear a $500 shoe. I'm not wearing a $500 shoe. That's too much.
I think like the most expensive shoe I bought recently was like some like handmade Italian shoe. Oh, the Greats in the white colorway with the gum sole bottom. Best purchase I've made so far.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay.
No, oh, you gotta look into them, bro. These white shoes go with everything.
I assume they're probably like $400 or $500 if they're handmade Italian.
So I think, well, I don't know if they're handmade, but I think they're made in Italy. But regardless, nevertheless, they're pretty comfortable.
Hey, when you stamp that name Italy on the shoe, right there, double the price.
Yep, just like Supreme.
Exactly.
Yeah, but speaking about all that fun stuff, we also had the global release of the Aim Leon d'Or New Balance P550 in the red colorway. Actually, we had more colors come out, right, Jamal? Not just the red one.
No, so what it ended up being was the red one was the only one that they released globally. The rest of the colors ended up being exclusive to Aim Leon d'Or.
Okay,
so
well,
it was just the red one that ended up releasing.
All right, well, that's all we're talking about then, the red one. So retail 130, resale for 220, 275. What can I say? It was pretty impossible to get. That's pretty much it for Friday. So Saturday the 17th, we had some pretty interesting shoes, pretty crazy. Nobody knew what to do. What did you do, Jamal?
Nobody knew what to. What do you mean? Nobody knew what to do. What do you think we're here for? We're here to tell people what to do.
Besides us, because we know, if you know that we know, then everybody knows.
Except I don't know if they know, because I don't know who the hell pays attention. But that's another subject for another day. But we saw the Nike SB Dunk Low Pro in the dark gray or Crater. This is part of the Crater series, but Nike calls them dark gray. So if you guys don't know by now, the Crater series is their renewable, recyclable shoe line type thing. It's kind of like, I guess it's not like Adidas Parlay. It's completely different than that. So they're taking recycled material and they're making part of the shoe out of it. I think the focus is on the sole. I assume eventually they're going to move into making the whole shoe out of recycled. I would hope they're just going to end up getting the whole shoe. But regardless, it is a partly recycled shoe. So this was only in Europe. If I remember correctly, a few stores in Asia got them. Australia got them, and the US has not. So the US, I believe this is upcoming week. If not, it got delayed to the next week. A lot of releases are starting to get delayed again with these with this wave 2 of the pandemic heating up again. So we might see some 1 to 2 week delays on releases that we were expecting to happen. But retail was 100. Right now, resale sitting around 180 to 250. Honestly, I think these prices will stay after the US release. I don't think it's going to have much of an effect, because at the end of the day, it's an SB. SBs, we already know how hard they are to get, because every single skateboard shop likes to just do a raffle. Nobody likes to actually release online for whatever reason. I don't know why they put themselves through that hassle. I would just put them online, and how it goes, it goes. I mean, I don't know. Do you think it's worth it for these skate shops to put in the amount of effort they do to stop bots? At least they think they're stopping bots.
Definitely not, man, because at the end of the day, all we want to do is buy these shoes, put them on our feet, and just go nose grind and ollie on everything.
Yeah.
So they're keeping me away from like doing pop shove-its and kick flips. So I'm mad
because this shoe is what's gonna allow you to do that.
Yeah.
This is the shoe that's gonna allow you to do that. If you don't have this, forget it. You can't do a pop shove.
It's keeping me from my skateboarding goals. I can't do a pop shove.
All right. I think we need to go and talk to them.
But
okay, we need to go talk to them and let them know that.
Yeah, we should write a strongly worded letter and let's see if anything comes. If anything, let's do a change.org.
There we go. Petition. We do a petition. Yeah, we do the petition. All right. Let's make a petition and see if we can get it signed. That skate shops stop doing these raffles. They just release online.
Exactly.
I think that's a good solution. But that was the last thing that we saw last week, and then this upcoming week, things are finally starting to ramp up again. We have a good amount of releases coming up. But to start it off, on Sunday we didn't have anything, and then on Monday the 19th we saw the introduction of the Kith by BMW collection. So they ended up releasing the die cast version of the BMW M3, the E30 M3 that was made one-off for Kith for this collection. I don't know how the heck they were able to, like, I don't know. How big was this budget for this collection? For them to get an actual E30 M3 and make a one-off of it? I mean, how big was this freaking, like, what was the budget on this collection? That just seems absurd to get a one-off and customize it for Kith.
It was pretty big. That's all I can say about it.
All right, but we'll see the rest of the collection coming up on Friday. On Tuesday, we didn't see anything, or we won't see anything, I should say. On Wednesday the 21st, which is tomorrow. So by the time you guys are listening to this, probably the drop has happened. It will be the Nike Adapt BB 2.0 in the mag colorway. So I think this is a good one. The first one is doing extremely well. The first version of the Adapt BB, these are the 2.0s, the, I guess, more advanced version. I don't even know. I have never tried an Adapt. So the first ones are going for like 500 or more. These are the same exact retail. Right now, resale is pretty low from what I thought it would have been. It's sitting around 375 to 450. Honestly, I think these might be more limited than everybody's thinking. So I would recommend go for them if you actually want them. Don't sit back. Actually attempt to get them. Is this a shoe you're going to try to get, Luis?
I don't really know, man. I'm thinking about it. I'm looking at the pictures. I'm looking at the angles. I'm looking at my wardrobe. I'm just looking at everything, all the different things that can change this, man. There's a lot of variables that can change between me and getting this shoe. And right now, I'm leaning towards not getting them, honestly.
Yeah, but you'll never have to tie your shoe again.
I don't know. Like, I have a routine every single day, and tying my shoes is one of those essential things in life. It's like you tie your shoes, then you go have breakfast, you know?
Wait, why are you wearing shoes? Wait, what are you wearing shoes to breakfast for?
Man, you wear
flip-flops. Where are you eating? Where are you eating breakfast? No, I don't wear anything. I'm in the house. What am I wearing shoes in? What? Where are you eating breakfast?
Well, the house is like where I'm at right now. Currently, I'm currently on traveling right now. I'm out of the country, out of the United States. So it's different customs, different cultures where I'm at right now. So I need to adapt to the social norm.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, at least in your travels, you don't have all the background noise that I experienced last week in my travels. So that's a benefit at least. At least you're not having those issues.
What about the background noise I have to deal with every single day when I'm in LA? When I try to record it, we have like a check-in call.
Okay, so then we can officially call this a vacation because you don't have those issues as severe.
Yeah, we don't. But speaking about all those severe issues, on Thursday, 22nd, we're gonna have Supreme Week 9, and this week is pretty interesting because not only are we gonna have, like, I guess, the regular Supreme drop, we have a really big collab coming up with Jade and Co. They're doing two different sorts of watches, 47mm and a 40mm watch. The 47mm watch coming in at $14,000.
Thousand, not 1,400. 14,000.
14,000, and the 40mm one is $12,000. So all you broke boys, you're gonna sit this one out.
Yeah, the people that are taking, well, actually, you know what, this might be an advantage of the people taking their parents' credit cards, because you already know majority of the people, by taking a wild guess, probably don't have a higher credit card limit, but those people taking their parents' credit cards probably have a higher credit card limit, so they can actually call up.
Yeah, and also there's going to be Supreme Jacob & Co. 14 karat gold lock pendant, which is pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of like something Tiffany would do. Yeah,
so you're going to go for that, right?
Nah, I'm not going to go for that. So we also have the Supreme SIG vacuum insulated bottle. That's what I'm going for.
Okay, so you're actually going for something this week?
Yeah, this week, yeah. I'm going for the bottle.
Like, no matter what, you're actually going to go for it.
Yeah, but I'm kind of afraid of like shipping to where I'm at right now. Like, cause stuff gets lost, man. One time I sent a pair of Vans here, and they ended up in Canada.
Why don't wait?
So
What they sent them the wrong direction?
they sent them the wrong direction. Like we got my brother got the box and it was stamped with like French stamps and stuff like that. I was like, what?
What the heck?
Weird.
I mean,
Weird.
you can just have them shipped to your house. You don't have to. I mean, unless you really need that water bottle on your travels, you can just have it shipped to your house.
I really do, because you never know, man. Like you might have to drink water.
And you know when it's in a Supreme bottle, it's different water, huh?
Yeah, the water tastes way better. So also on Thursday, we're gonna have the Adidas UltraBoost 1.0 come out in both the burgundy and the olive colorway. Everybody knows that these are pretty coveted colorways back in the day, but right now
not back in the day anymore.
Yeah, these are pretty much sleepers now. So if you really wanted them back in the day, then by all means go for them right now. These are gonna break, so have fun. So
you actually know? Did you see this morning? They actually already bricked.
Oh, they did.
That
surprised me.
I covered and released them for $15 under retail.
15 or 50?
15. They released them at 165 this morning.
Well, let's see what's gonna happen. Well, we're telling you right now they're gonna brick, but so what's gonna happen on Friday, Jamal? Anything cool happening on Friday? Anything that ties itself? Any cool collabs? You know, anything I gotta be on the lookout for? We gotta be on the lookout for, you know?
Well, I mean, I hope everybody else is on the lookout. But on Friday the 23rd, we will be seeing the Nike ISPA Road Warrior in the clear jade color. So this will be the second colorway of the ISPA Road Warrior. First colorway did amazing. I think it's sitting around like 700 at the cheapest. I think there's some sizes going all the way up to 1,000. Retail is a bit high on them. It is $550, but expect good resale. Expect very limited, high demand. I honestly think these will be a bit more available than the first ones. That's just usually the way it goes with Nike. First one extremely limited, and then they start to make a mass-produced version of the shoe in other colors. But I still think it's too early to say that these will be that easy to get. I still think they will be very hard to get. Resale right now sitting about $650 to $800. Honestly, this could stay where it's at just because of the limited nature of this shoe and how hard they will be to get. I think this is a shoe for you, Luis. I think this is your style. It'll match your wardrobe, huh?
This is pretty much up my way, my alley, man. This is what I'm looking for. The ISPA Warrior Clear Jade. It's me. It's like if they took me and they just made a shoe.
All right, so if anybody cops, you already know where to send them to. Send them straight to Luis, but make sure it doesn't go to Canada. Make sure it actually gets to him.
Yeah,
but
please don't send it to Canada.
No, we don't want any French stamped on the box. But also on Friday, we will see the Salehe Bembury by New Balance 2002R in the Peace Be the Journey colorway. So this is a very good collab. I honestly, I don't want to get this wrong. The guy doesn't deserve that. So give me a second and let me see what company it was that he is the president of. I have to check this really quick.
Meanwhile, Jamal checks on that. This shoe is pretty interesting. I really like the colorway. It's like a yellow, I guess you can say, yellow orangish color. So we have the shoes mostly like a dark orange and then with like yellow accents. Looks pretty comfortable. Looks pretty cool. Definitely gives like the dad shoe vibe, sort of like a
like a New Balance.
Yeah, like New Balance, but there's a Nike shoe reminds me of. What is it
Nike
called?
shoe.
Yeah. I forgot the name.
I mean, there's like a Yeezy 700 is kind of that.
Let's just go along with that. So, did you find it, Jamal, already?
Yes. So he is the president of Versace. So for design for Versace. So pretty big name. I think this is gonna do amazing. The retail is low, like usually New Balances are, which is good. It's only $150. Resale right now sitting around 400 on average. Yeah, don't expect these to be easy. This is going to be a global release, so New Balance themselves will drop it, but we already know how it goes on New Balance. It's not the easiest to cop there. Plenty of other stores will get them. Bodega, Kith, all those other stores that usually get New Balance. But go for them as hard as you can. Enter the raffles, all of that stuff, because this is a good one. You don't want to miss out, and it's not going to be easy to get. And I hope you're going for this, Luis.
No, I am. I definitely am. I'm trying to get these for personal. I really like what's going on with them.
For personal, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Friday is going to be your day for the personals.
If I'm around, I will get them. If not, then I'll just buy them resale, man. Because I think this is I'm like starting to like rebuild my sneaker collection, and I feel like I need more like dad shoes. So it's either the Balenciagas or this.
Ooh,
this is more affordable.
No, get these. Yeah, get these. No, forget the Balenciagas. Get these. I don't mess with the Balenciagas.
I don't know, man. But Balenciaga's a pretty good fashion house.
Yeah, they can be as good as they want. I don't like their shoe though.
All right. Speaking about Balenciagas,
shoes clunky.
Speaking about Balenciagas and clunky shoes and Jamal not liking them, it's a perfect segue into the Air Jordan 12 Retro Black Concord coming out. It's a brick, good personal shoe, retail $190, resale $200. So on Saturday the 24th, we have the Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2 Natural. They want to have that much resale, 350. You know, everybody's kind of brick right now. Retail is $220 right now. Before the release, resale is $340. But when they do come out, we're gonna see the market readjust to maybe just being at retail plus ship. So if you do want to get some really comfortable Yeezys and want to have an easier time than usual getting them, then by all means go for the Yeezy Boost 350 V2 Natural. And as always, make sure you have notifications enabled because we will be posting links and raffles for all the shoes that we talked about. But before we end the podcast, we want to talk about something which we foreshadowed a couple weeks ago. Warren Lotus getting sued by Nike.
I think Luis, I think you might have been the person to report him or something, because we did talk about this. I'm pretty sure we talked about this on the podcast, and you brought up the idea of, is he even legally allowed to do this? Are you the one that went to Nike?
No, man. It wasn't me.
Oh,
but,
okay. All right.
But I like the shoe. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of his quote unquote designs. You know.
No, I mess with the shoe. I think it's a good shoe, and I mean, I honestly don't know where I don't understand where he came up with the concept to make it like the Jason mask as the swoosh. It makes no sense to me where he even came up with that. I guess that's just his thing. That's fashion, I guess, but. At the end of the day, I don't know. What's your take on it? Okay, so if you guys don't know, Nike filed a lawsuit against Warren Lotus over, what was the verbiage? It was like, so they filed it in California and Los Angeles over it was like the extreme similarity to their shoe that he completely copied the swoosh and he completely copied the dunks, the shape and everything about the dunks that they have patents on. So they do have legal right to the design and everything like that, which, I mean, yeah, he pretty much did steal them. But I think, honestly, what set this off was the fact that that Pigeon helped in the collab for that last shoe that he did. Did you see the high? Staple. Yeah.
The Staple collab. I think that's what put him. That's the same thing I was thinking. That's the thing that put him on the map of Nike, because before he wasn't stepping on any toes. He was doing his own thing, but then he goes and collabed with Staple. And
I think that's what messed it up. I think it's the fact that Staples was actually involved in it.
Yeah, Jeff Staple. I guess like by Jeff Staple like endorsing Warren Lotus's, I guess Warren Lotus dunks. That kind of gave it like an air of like legitimacy. So I guess that kind of forced Nike's hand of like, hey man, you're stealing our designs, you're stepping on our toes. This was a much coveted release back. When did it happen? The Pigeon release.
This was like early 2000s. No, yeah, that one was like early 2000s or something.
Yeah, I remember. It got pretty violent in New York. I heard a couple people got stabbed over the Pigeon shoe. Yeah, but that like I said previously, I feel like that was the shoe that gave Nike the ability to sue them, because before that he's mainly doing his own thing, because there's not only Warren Lotus is doing this thing, like getting like sneakers and then doing his own thing, because there's this guy on Reddit, I forgot. I think it was like streetwear upstart or streetwear star, something like that. So it's a subreddit on
Okay.
Reddit, and
Okay.
streetwear startup, I think. And he gets Bapestas like from Bape, and he contacts these
Yeah.
factories and he does like one of like Bape colorways. So he do like a
Okay, so one
pre-order.
of isn't bad, but one of isn't bad.
Yeah, but it's the same thing. Like the guy stepping on toes. So it's not just Warren Lotus, man. It's a lot of quote unquote designers doing their thing right now. So I guess by Nike making an example out of Warren Lotus, then all these other companies are just gonna stop because they're gonna see what's gonna happen to them.
Well, of course, but
But
I think
also, okay,
I think it was making an example of both Staples and Warren Lotus because because Jeff did send material to make the shoes.
okay. One thing I just said right now, I just realized is that
Uh-huh.
the Bapestas, they're basically like rip off Nike shoes too.
Yeah, they're Air
So
Forces.
so is Bape gonna have to stop making the shoe too?
No, Bape won't have to stop making the shoe because it's a different enough design. But Warren Lotus, like, okay, aside from the fact that this man put a small Jason mask on the swoosh, it's a straight copy of. It's not even just a copy of Dunks; it's a copy of the colorways because he copied the Heineken colorway, and he copied a few other colorways. Like, so it's not even just the fact that he's taking like the shape of the shoe and making it his own, which to me, in my opinion, Bape is doing that. They're taking the general shape of an Air Force One, but I don't think anybody's wearing a Bapesa thinking that it's an Air Force One. I think they 100% know this is a Bapesa, this is not an Air Force One. I don't think anybody on the street is going to look at a Bapesa thinking that's an Air Force One. So they took the general shape, but they made it enough of their own where it's not like, is that a copy? I mean, to me, Warren Lotus, like, before Jeff came in, he straight up was taking old colorways and recreating them. And what made them his, what he thinks made them his, is the fact that he put a small Jason mask on the swoosh. I mean, that's all it takes. Is like, that's not enough. Come on, man. To me, I don't know. I mean, the other comparison you can make to Bape is a good comparison. The other comparison you can make is Chinatown Market,
Yeah,
because they're known, like, that's what they're like. They advertise that they just like rip off other designs and stuff like that. So like what CPFM was doing with Kid Cudi, and what they were doing with Kanye West with that merchandise. Like, Chinatown also made their own, but I think it's different enough where it's like, okay, you're copying, but you're not straight up taking what we made and just reselling it. Because I mean, this man made millions each release. It wasn't even like he made like 10 grand. Like this, like, he was straight up making millions each release.
Yeah, so the lesson here is do not copy anybody else's design straight up, because if you do, they will come after you, and there's nothing you can do.
And then if also a lesson is if somebody has an agreement with Nike, like Jeff Staples does, and the person offers you material to recreate a shoe of Nike's, step away as quick as possible, because you already know that's gonna end up bad. Like, honestly, I don't understand how he wasn't expecting a lawsuit. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Be sure you guys are have alerts on everything, because we will be updating with the ongoing Nike situation with Warren Lotus in our podcast. So make sure you guys have notifications enabled, and you listen to a podcast and everything and whatnot. But
what do you think? Do you think they'll actually ship out the shoes? Just one last question about that subject. Do you think that he'll actually be able to fulfill the orders?
Yeah. He said he is going to fulfill them regardless.
Do you think? Okay, I don't think it matters what he says. If there's a lawsuit, there's a lawsuit. They can seize they can seize the property. Because if it's infringing on a copyright and a patent, they can seize the merchandise. So I'm just wondering, will Nike allow him to still fulfill orders? Because I don't think he has any case in court. Honestly, just looking at the fact that To me, what set it off was Jeff Staples, and Nike pretty much
Well,
killed everything with Jeff Staples.
Wouldn't they have to pass a judgment before they start like taking things before they start seizing? They need to pass a judgment.
No, yeah, of course.
As of now, like
the
you
guy
said,
also, yeah,
like you said, there isn't a decision made. So as of now, I would think that he would be able to ship him out because there hasn't been a decision taken by the court. But
yeah, but wasn't it like wasn't it like a what was it? He was like 4 months out from shipping. Like it was 4 month pre-order.
I'm not sure.
I think it was something like that. I think it was like because I know it was a very long pre-order. I think they were like a 3-4 month pre-order. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
He's been doing pre-orders and shipping out early, so we got to take that into consideration too. But
okay. So who knows?
Yeah. But that's pretty much it for this week's podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening to Drop Time, the self-proclaimed #1 podcast that covers the latest sneaker releases.
And make sure that you guys have post notifications on, that you subscribe, that you listen to us on Spotify, on Apple Podcast, and anywhere else that you get your podcast, you can find us. So make sure that you are paying attention to the Twitter, you paying attention to the Instagram, because we got you covered on every drop. You don't want to miss out. Make sure you got those post notifications on so you not missing any of the craziness coming up this week, because finally we're back on track and we got releases coming. So don't miss out.
That's right. On behalf of the Drop Time team, we wish you good luck, good health, and good vibes around. Peace.